Are you ready to be the happiest person that you know? I hope so, and I want to be the guy to take you there. My name is Joe, and I'm a retired firefighter, and I'm the happiest person that I know, despite the fact that several years ago, I literally had a gun to my own head after an on-the-job injury forced me into a medical retirement, followed by the loss of several loved ones, and a dark battle with grief, PTSD, and depression. But I fought my way out of that and I prevailed, and I gained unshakable joy and the amazing ability to be totally okay, even when my life circumstances aren't okay at all. And now, nothing brings me greater happiness than sharing with people the tools that led me here, which is exactly what I'm doing at the Grit, Growth, and Gratitude podcast. I'm dropping episodes every week that teach you how to maximize your happiness when times are good and barrel through any obstacle when times are rough. So subscribe now wherever you listen to podcasts, because you deserve to have way more thrive days than just survive days, and to have a kick-ass life that you enjoy. I'll see you there.
Welcome to the NXT podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor, and we're going to do the review on 425 for Spring Breakin. There's that great name, that premium event there, Spring Breakin. But yeah, it's the second one, and they start off, and they got Hank Walker. Hank is talking to Tank. Hank and Tank are on the phone, and Hank's manning the grill, doing the burgers up, and every one of them gets everybody in the NXT roster gets a chance to do a little predicting. So, like, Ivy beats somebody arm wrestling, and then they go from that to who's going to win the championship or whatever. So, good little, I guess, good little start. But the production is always good, even if everything else is kind of funny. But then they go into a trunk match with Tony D and Stacks and Pretty Deadly. And let me give you a little info, a little on the match. It is a trunk match, meaning you have to put both participants into the trunk and close the lid. Sounds a little bit like the coffin match, or the. Never mind. All right, so with Tony D and Stacks, they're getting there quickly. They're pretty freaking good. But Pretty Deadly they're pretty deadly. I mean, they're really, really good. So these guys tear it up for a while. It's move for move. And they've got the chairs, they got the, a wheelbarrow, but who in the heck decided to put a kiddie pool with balls in it? I don't understand it. Unless they were going to do some big move and that would help break the fall, maybe. That was pretty sad. But anyway, the guys put on a pretty good show. I'm going to give it a 6, I guess you could say, maybe 6.5. They do the Charlie Brown. That's the reason they get the half on anything. They did the Charlie Brown, meaning they put the football between Stax's legs there in the groin area, and it looks like they're about to punt the balls, and but no, the ball is moved, and it ends up being a knee upside the head for Stacks, and they end up putting one of the Tony D and Stacks, they end up getting put in the trunk first, but they don't get both of them in. So when they go to put the second one in, there seems to be a fire extinguisher that they found in this beautiful car. It's a beautiful car. Good old, I like old classics like this, and this is a great classic. I can't remember the owner of the car, but it's supposedly an uncle of someone, they said, who knows. But the trunk. You could use it for vacation rentals. I mean, you could take this thing somewhere and literally, kids, all three of you, you're going to sleep in the trunk, and it would be okay. Put a little mosquito netting up, it'd be all right. But anyway, the match is good. You've got chairs, you got wheelbarrows, and they bring out an old classic favorite of mine. That's right. No, it's not Frankie Valli, but it's a roll of quarters, and roll of quarters upside the head. So you can never go wrong with that for a finishing move, in my humble opinion. But yeah, they think they're going to get Tony D and Stacks in there, and bam, there's a fire extinguisher. Then a crowbar upside the head, and the next thing you know, Pretty Deadly is in the trunk. And so yeah, okay ending, but they did at least drive off. So there is a chance later on we could get something out of this. So that's that match. Then you've got Tiff arriving, Tiffany Stratton, and they feel confident with her because they're giving her the mic and they're letting her do the promotion for the ladies division. So and she does a great job. So you got Tiff time, I guess, as she said. Then after that, you've got the promo with Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. And, they're talking about Braun Breaker. And, Duke does a pretty good job at that. And, yeah, Andre says he's going to go out and do some butt whooping. And they go to a commercial break and they come back. And then now reality sets in. So you've got Chase U versus Braun Breaker. And he comes out in all black. And he's got a new slogan on his backside there that says, "Meaner than evil." Who's writing this stuff? I mean, come on. All right, but, Braun's got the look. He comes out in whatever, I guess, kind of black tights, younger versions. I don't know. The match, Andre comes out and jumps on him immediately, and Braun's going to turn it around as it goes. You're going to have a Booker T sighting where he's going to say, of course, no bread, no water, just meat. And that's his little deal. He likes to say, Braun misses a shoulder in a turnbuckle. Chase U Andre gets a chance, and he tries to do the stomp on Braun. And he gets C. I think he might have gotten H before it was called. And then Braun gets up, tears him a new butthole, and puts him in the Steiner recliner. And that's pretty much, that's going to be the way that goes. There's no way around that one. But hey, you're gonna have a mellow promo with the him era. They're talking about Grayson Waller, of course. And you know what? And I hope they do a little something with Mello here and keep him around. I like Grayson Waller and everything like that. I'm not saying, but I hope they keep Mello him in the situation for a while, because it would build up the trick turn. They got a turn trick eventually on him. So that might be pretty good. But, the him era. Him. They go from that. You got Dragunov coming to the arena, and then poof, he's gone. He comes out of nowhere, kicks him upside the head like a bad Queen song, and continues to whoop on him for a while, and then they pull out another old classic. No, it's not a Frank Sinatra song, but it's Garage Door in Your Midsection. That's right, those big electric doors that you see in arenas. That's right, Dijak's going to put Dragunov under there and try to shove it down on him and really hurt him, and Dragunov stops him, but in the end, old Dijak pulls it off, and we've got a classic hit. There we go. And then we got Lyra Valkyria going against Cora Jade. And, they're doing the build with Cora. They're building her own up, Braun's girlfriend. They're going to take her to the top, I guess, next, maybe. But in this match, Valkyria just tears it up, man. She looks freaking great. And I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to throw it out there. You can holler at me if you want. But Cora Jade had a little bit of Raven. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And Valkyria looked a little Bobby Eaton-ish. Bobby Eaton, one of the best workers in the business. If you don't know that name, the Midnight Express, but just beautiful Bobby Eaton was one of the best workers. He got a tag title, or he had the tag titles. He had a couple single titles back in the Memphis territory with me when he was coming up that I saw. But she looked great. She worked this match. She made Cora Jade look good. Cora Jade did sell pretty good, and Cora is going to be just fantastic. She's really good now, but she's going to be fantastic. But man, Valkyria, the moves, just everything was great. The match was really pretty good. And there again, here's this reoccurring theme, bad end. Just a bad end. She's going to bring the stick in, and the ref takes the stick, and there's a little bam, bam, and Cora gets gets the win. Look, man, Valkyria looked good. If they're going to put a title on somebody that's smaller that can pull it off, why they didn't do it with her, I don't know. But it is what it is. But by this time now, you've got Tony and Stax. They're driving around with just kind of driving on a countryside, and then they keep having a noise from the trunk, and so Stax goes back there and slams the trunk a few times, and there you go. But then you've got Walla and Grayson Walla and Carmelo and Trick. Mello and Waller put on a really good show. They come out just like barn burners. Like Waller's got some lady bringing like a ring girl. She's dressed like a ring girl at a boxing match, bringing his golden shoe out. And so the match gets started. And when I say move for move, look, these guys are really throwing down. They would have been like the Rock and Roll Express going against each other because they knew each other's moves so good, it seemed or appeared. But it was a really good start. Grayson Waller was just tearing it up. The crowd was Rillo on Mello. Trick has the look. He comes out. He's doing a little intimidation. But then, you've got Waller that does a little slip out, little slap out, and the next thing you know, there's a chair upside Trick. So now Trick's down. Trick down. But he has to be helped to the back, folks. So it's him against Waller. And they continue. They put on a great a great match. This was actually, probably definitely the best match, but and it's Melo's first defense and everything. So, I mean, Melo sold, really good. I can't say anything bad. There's a big DDT by Melo towards the end of the match. Waller goes after Melo's leg, tries to take that out, and he kind of controls the match for a while with that, but the crowd goes crazy. And Waller does do his best Shane McMahon. He ends up with a situation where Melo, he's got him on the announcer's desk. Booker T and everybody's moved. He's cleared it off. So he's going to do the big elbow off the top turnbuckle over to the desk. And he does. And, that's his, Shane McMahon experience of the night, I guess you could say. But, these kicks were just great. It was a good match. Until the end. Until the end. There's a little bit of a miss kick. Melo pulls a move off. He gets the win. Just a reoccurring theme, it seems to be tonight, Of course, then he's going to call Braun out. And, the music's going to crank up and hey, here comes Braun. Well, whenever they show, the deal, it's almost as reliable as when somebody is in their own hometown that they're going to either get beat up or lose. That's right. They're waiting, looking at the ramp for him to come down. He comes in from the side. He spears Trick. Trick had a bad night tonight. He got Waller, got him with a chair, and then he gets speared and then put in the Steiner recliner. Braun comes out and lays the smacketh downeth. But the one thing I didn't like about the whole thing was they're going to, the crowd's going crazy, and Braun's setting up a spear on Melo. And Melo's been, he's kind of like to the side of the announcer's desk, and he's against the wall, so you can tell what's coming. But they put him through like wallpaper. They just had a hole there, and it was like wallpaper or something. I don't know, maybe cardboard. I don't know, but it definitely wasn't even particle board. It just, Melo gets taken out, and Braun walks out. I don't know what to say. All right, you got Roxanne with a promo. She don't play with dolls. She does make a AJ Lee reference, which after CM Punk reportedly shows up at Raw last night, and they kick him out. Anyway, so then you've got the soap opera, folks. Big Daddy turns. That's right. You got Brooke Jensen and Kiana, and they're gonna have, that's right, Yoko Ono, they're gonna have their match coming up. Little arguing there, and
Are you ready to be the happiest person that you know? I hope so, and I want to be the guy to take you there. My name is Joe, and I'm a retired firefighter, and I'm the happiest person that I know, despite the fact that several years ago, I literally had a gun to my own head after an on-the-job injury forced me into a medical retirement, followed by the loss of several loved ones, and a dark battle with grief, PTSD, and depression. But I fought my way out of that, and I prevailed, and I gained unshakable joy and the amazing ability to be totally okay, even when my life circumstances aren't okay at all. And now, nothing brings me greater happiness than sharing with people the tools that led me here, which is exactly what I'm doing at the Grit, Growth, and Gratitude podcast. I'm dropping episodes every week that teach you how to maximize your happiness when times are good and barrel through any obstacle when times are rough. So subscribe now wherever you listen to podcasts, because you deserve to have way more thrive days than just survive days, and to have a kick-ass life that you enjoy. I'll see you there.
Yeah, the soap opera. But yeah, you got Joe Coffey and Joe Gacy, Neva. They kind of meet up, and Coffey is just on the phone, and Gacy's asking him, trying to get a title match. So there's some negotiations, and it comes out they get a title match with a win by Gacy. And if they win the titles, then hey, that's good. But if they lose the titles, they cannot try for the belts again. So hey, but then you've got to go back to the soap opera. That's the bad thing. But here we go. All right, so you got Briggs and Vallon, and you got Jensen and James. Jensen comes out whooping. The ladies, to me, really stole most of this, because when the ladies were in there, they were tearing it up now. Really, and Vallon looked the best I've seen her. Now, Kiana always does great, and she looks good. Good moves, good timing. But Vallon really looked good. Her timing was better. I don't know if they'd been working together or whatever it may be, but it looked pretty good. But there's a but there. And let's say that Briggs and Jensen's breakup it's not going to be as good as the Midnight Rockers when they broke up. When Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, when they broke up, I believe, if I remember right, Shawn Michaels put Jannetty through a door window or a glass window on the set there. But it was pretty traumatic, and it was a real, wow moment. And just imagine if Marty Jannetty would have done a few more things right, he would have been in Shawn Michaels' spot. But that's another topic for another day. But in this match, Jensen, comes out with the new look, the tights, old school tights. Let me see, Briggs, he's got to sell better. He's just so freaking big. It's hard for him somewhat, but they need to work with him, because if those two guys, when they're normal tag team, they looked Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but they did not perform like Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I will say that. They go into it, and of course the purse. They want to bring the purse in. And Jensen messes up the purse deal. He almost hits Kiana. I don't know if that was a miss. He was supposed to hit her, and it looked so bad that they had to pull it off that way. But yeah. Anyway, okay. Anyway, Briggs wins. Briggs and Vallon win, and then Kiana dumps Jensen, and his buddy is there for him, though. His buddy comes over, and he does not get shoved down this time. So, wow, the band is back together. So, hey, just imagine if Yoko would have not done her job, and the Beatles got back together. Who would have known that? And the Beatles, they were a band back in, never mind. But you got a little promo with Dragon Lee talking about Nomada and his Heritage Cup. So yeah, that was pretty good. But then you go into Scripps. Yeah, Scripps doing his promo next week. He coming after somebody. It just wasn't even worth it. And you got Sol Ruka getting jumped. And they don't show who is jumping her. And then they have the surprise of the night, and it's Obi Femi. Big 6'6", 275, supposedly 7'10" squat from Middle Tennessee and Alabama in track and field and a shot put. I've been seeing the promos. They've been doing the build up, but I don't pay a lot of attention to that, But in this case, this particular case, this guy looked good, man. He looked like he has been putting some ring time in. It was kind of surprising. He was going against Mensa, which is great. Ora has a few moments, little fleeting glimpses. But no, man, the build up, this fella is, he might be something. So, hey, he wins this match, and, don't sleep on this guy. More work, more time in the ring. This could be something. Of course, you got Gigi taking the headphones from one of the guys there, and calling out JC Jane and saying, "You're going to bring my family into this, then my baby brother will be ringside." You got Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey talking about Wesley and how they're going to slowly break him down. Drew Gulak, I believe, has the match coming up next, and he, of course, said he was going to do it. And look, Charlie Dempsey is good, and I hope he gets a good push myself, because I think they could really do something. And I think maybe they need to bring a couple more mouthpieces in. They had Mr. Stone, and maybe a mouthpiece or two to work with some of these people. I don't know. But you go from that, from Gigi and then Drew Gulak. Then you've got the Ladies Championship. You've got Tiffany Stratton, you've got Roxanne Perez, and you've got Indy Hartwell, the champ, in a 3-way match. And it is. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. It was at the end of it, but I thought we were going to go into a promo with Tony D, but no, they go into the match, and the match is actually, pretty good. The ladies, Tiffany's a workhorse. She's going to be good. Indy is great, I think. A well-deserved push she's getting, and Roxanne is Booker T's prodigy. But no, she's getting better. I'm not hating on her. I just don't like the push so fast. And I know it may have been by need, because of some other problems they had, but I don't know. This match was okay. At one point in time, they're doing a big move. Roxanne jumps on the ladies, Tiffany and Indy, through the ropes, and it appears that Indy's ankle is messed up. And they did a good job at first, because they got the course of trainers going to come out, but I always watch the crowd. What's their reaction? And for a few moments, the crowd was like, So it made me think, maybe there was a accidental problem. But then I saw the crowd go back and watch the match. So, but they did like a Willis Reed run out from the Knicks. I'm sorry, guys, I'm old. There was a guy a long time ago in a basketball game that got hurt. His team started to lose when he went in. And Willis Reed, a great champion, or a great man, he hobbles out and continues on and helps his team win. Well, that was kind of what happened here. Indy comes hobbling out. She gets back in there, does a few moves, does a couple of things, and then she does a move, and the match is surprisingly over quick. I don't understand it. There again, reoccurring theme. They end the show with Tony and Stax kind of by the ocean there, and there's no sight of Pretty Deadly, and pretty much they're, I guess you would say, swimming with the fishes. They were going to go party. They were heading out in that beautiful car, getting ready to head on out with a trunk like that. Who knows if business is done for the night, but all right, I've done the review, and now I'm going to give you a little bit of my opinion. what the heck were these people thinking about? First of all, a couple good matches here and there, whatever like that, but, I would have rather seen Dragon Lee on this thing. The debut was somebody on a premium event. Where do I go with this? Just the endings, just not there, guys. Just not there. This is a D show, D, and I hate to rag on something like this, but I was disappointed. Definitely disappointed. But you know what? I was brought up the right way, so if you can't say something good about somebody, you shouldn't say anything at all. So in that case, that means I'm going to end this review of Spring Breakin. Spring Breakin, not breaking, ing, but breakin, in. And I'm just, we're done with this one. And thankfully we are. But hey, look, guys, we hope to definitely have you back next week, because this one, I'm not going to say it stunk it up, but I think I need to spray something. All right, but guys, have a great one, man. Of course, if you can rescue, please do. And as always, spay and neuter. And this is Memphis Mark, and it's been a little confusing the last few weeks with everything, but it's getting back to normal, and so I'm out.
Are you ready to be the happiest person that you know? I hope so, and I want to be the guy to take you there. My name is Joe, and I'm a retired firefighter, and I'm the happiest person that I know, despite the fact that several years ago, I literally had a gun to my own head after an on-the-job injury forced me into a medical retirement, followed by the loss of several loved ones, and a dark battle with grief, PTSD, and depression. But I fought my way out of that, and I prevailed, and I gained unshakable joy and the amazing ability to be totally okay, even when my life circumstances aren't okay at all. And now, nothing brings me greater happiness than sharing with people the tools that led me here, which is exactly what I'm doing at the Grit, Growth, and Gratitude podcast. I'm dropping episodes every week that teach you how to maximize your happiness when times are good and barrel through any obstacle when times are rough. So subscribe now wherever you listen to podcasts, because you deserve to have way more thrive days than just survive days, and to have a kick-ass life that you enjoy. I'll see you there.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.